What's up, everybody? This is a random off the cuff video. I do a lot of thinking on any given day, and just sitting down in my room, it's kind of quiet, peaceful. A little rain falling outside. The dogs are click clacking. And I spend a lot of time thinking about politics because, of course, and I think I finally am getting to a place where we're about a month and a half out, and the emotion has pretty much been all taken out of it. Like full disclosure, I'm all about honesty and transparency here. I voted for Kamala Harris. I donated to her campaign multiple times, bought the shirt, all that. Advocated for her as hard as I could. I wanted people to vote for her because I thought she would have been a better choice for the country than Donald Trump. But I now I think I'm starting to finally understand why Trump won the election, and like this Luigi Mangione, is it Mangione? Where are my Italians at? Somebody help me out. But I'm gonna call him Mangione. Actually, I think it's Mangione. Like Mangione sounds like they tried to Americanize it, so they don't associate us with all the other Italians. Mangione sounds a little ethnic, if you know what I mean. But Luigi Mangione, I like that man. Like, how is this guy's name Luigi? First of all, like, how is this real? Like, literally in my life, never known anybody named Mario or Luigi. And like, is there gonna be a Mario next? I'm seriously waiting on that because this shit feels like a simulation sometimes. But you got the fucking Luigi. But yeah, anyways, this video short. It's about him too. But I can tie it in together. And I'm like, not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the first person to have this thought. Like, this is not an original thought. I don't think any thought or idea is original, but it just kind of reveals something to me, and I feel like I can try to articulate it as best I can on here. Um, I'm glad I have a platform to express things like when I'm upset or frustrated or happy. Um, and yeah, I think but why Trump won? Yeah, I think I finally get like what people's mind state was. Like, okay, so first of all, I mean, I don't have to tell you, you live here, you're in the system. We only have two parties here, and like when you see, okay, so 12 out of the last 16 years of my life, Democrats have been in charge, and you see the world is I mean, I'm just gonna be real. It's a fucking dumpster fire. Not just America, but America's always, we've kind of led the way. In the past, they looked at us as the guiding light for a lot of things, and we kind of just abdicated that leadership, and it's really sad to see. But this is the just I think natural endpoint of a duopoly. Like you got two parties who are largely captured by corporate interests, and so of course the policy output is going to be similar. And because like they did a study on this years ago that we're an oligarchy, and I'll leave links all this in the description. Not just making shit up. I watch the world really closely, especially this country, and it's just you can see us descending into this crap. The less representation and just corporations gain more and more power, and we get stripped of ours. And I mean, just think about what happened during COVID, like a pandemic. They use that as a pretext to funnel more money to the top 1% than in any single time in history before that. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. Like they find little reasons, little yeah, I mean, you see it. I don't have to explain it to you. But I think I'm explaining for me, like why I think he won because I'm going to get to it, I promise. But like when you got two parties, like the Democrats obviously isn't working, you just go to the other side, and people see it as Trump as something kind of like Luigi Mangione. Excuse me, I got an alarm go off. It's kind of like a force outside of the system that and this is why like Democrats, it's a psychological thing. Democrats have tried so hard, worked overtime to portray Trump as something outside of the system, as something that the establishment hates. When people hate the establishment, so naturally people are going to gravitate towards the thing that the establishment tells you is bad. And even though Trump is as establishment as it gets, he was president for 4 years. You're president for a day. You're the fucking establishment. He loves that shit. He loved fucking being president and having that kind of command over the Senate and House and all that. He loves Washington D.C. Even though he says it's a nasty place, he doesn't. He loves it. This is his true calling, and he feels like his life's complete now. You got to be fucking president. But he is the establishment. Don't get me wrong. Like Republicans think they're punk rock. Now you're just the establishment. And yeah, the Democrats made it seem like he was like this like cult figure. He's got this little following, and he can't grow outside of that. He's got his base, and it can't get any bigger than that. So they thought. And like don't listen to Trump. He's bad. He's dangerous. Don't listen to his ideas. We know what's best for you. We're the professional managerial class. And but people don't believe that anymore. Because people can see with their own eyes, their life doesn't get any better. It gets worse. And even if it was just stagnant, they call it the status quo. It really isn't. Shit's just sitting into hell, basically. And you still don't have health care here. Like, and so much of this could have been avoided if Obama wasn't a bitch and just gave us at least a public option. So you could have Medicare compete with the private market. We don't get that. Just private bullshit here that everybody hates. And we understand that I almost said the mafia. The fucking guy. Here's what Kyle Kalinske called them: the insurance guys, the insurance industry. They're unnecessary parasitic mafia middleman. I mean, that's all they are. Why do they exist? Tell me why we need an industry that's there to deny or approve claims. How about the doctor decides what's best for you? You and your doctor. Like, why would you put a middleman between that's sick? Just like putting the government between a woman and an abortion. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. It's not your fucking body. It shouldn't be your choice. That's just my opinion. I know it could be controversial to some idiots. I don't fucking care. I make my opinion on that known too. I'm 100% for a woman's right to choose. And yeah, Luigi Mangione, like you compare him to Donald Trump in a lot of ways. People see that as a cult figure or something operating outside of a shitty system that took justice into their own hands, rightfully or wrongly. My opinions on it are very clear and known. Not going to rehash them in this video. I almost reacted right. I said I'm not gonna rehash. I'm not gonna rehash. But yeah, like people are just like looking for like any type of representation or like any type of leadership. Really, there's a leadership void in Washington as well. And man, like this, I don't see any leaders like Bernie Sanders. And he's a leader morally. He has the policies. He's 88. Like they screwed him. People see that too. Man, like I made a video about this. Bernie Sanders, 30,000 people at a fucking rally in New York on a cold ass day, and like what was it, March or whatever? Like 30,000 people show up. People standing on the bridge to watch him because they believed his message. Like this thing about Kamala Harris, I thought she'd be better than Trump. People don't believe her. Like she know about child tax credits and building 3 million new homes and all that. Nobody, I didn't believe it. Like I said, I made that known in like comments. I was like, I'm not going to lie to myself about all the goodies we ain't getting, but she'll be better than Trump. That was like my reasoning. And people, not enough people saw it that way. The Democrats are banking on enough people seeing it that way. People like me living in the suburbs. But no, people are hurting. People are hurting bad. And the fact that people are rooting on a guy that took another man's life in broad daylight, it doesn't seem to show any remorse for it. Now, that shows, man, the elites, or whatever you want to call it, the millionaires, billionaires, the PMC, the elites. You can see him shaking right now. Like Peter Thiel was on TV, on Piers Morgan, he couldn't even speak. He was like, the dude was stuttering and shit. It's sad because these people, they're just paper tigers. Literally, the only paper holding them up is fucking money. They ain't no fucking tigers. They ain't got no teeth to show. These old pieces of shit. But keep fighting, keep expressing yourself, keep making your voice heard. Like I said in a video, they can't arrest us all. They wish they could. But this sentiment you feel, they'll try to isolate you and gaslight you and make you feel like you're crazy. 90% of Americans feel this way. That's why they're afraid to do a direct poll on it. They did a poll. I'll leave a link to all this after I go back and watch it. I have to go back and find all the links. This is a relatively long video, I think. Yeah, 8 minutes. They did a poll like, do you broadly agree with the statement that murdering a CEO because they had did bad things is justified or something? Only like 51% of people said no. Man, that's a problem. Like I look at things from like both directions, from being a regular person and how they probably look at it. I wouldn't want to be in a lead right now because you can see throughout history what happens to these entities when they get a little too bloated, a little too much money, and the people at the bottom hurt a little too much. The pyramid is shaped the way it is for a reason. The king likes to see himself at the top, but there's a big ass base at the bottom holding all this up. And once people decide they've had enough, you can just up in the entire system and pretty quickly. Actually, there's lots of ways to do that. We're not going to go into it in this video. General Strike, General Strike 2028, Sean Fain. All right, buddy. There's a lot of ways to up in the system, and you might see some of them there pretty soon. Like America's getting a little radicalized, and I like it. Like I never thought I'd see this kind of a unifying moment over a CEO getting popped in Midtown New York. But it didn't. I'm not gonna lie, it inspires a lot of hope because I'm tired of the system too. My life isn't exactly like hard. I mean, I'm working. I'm working. I'm making YouTube videos. Like I live in the suburbs. Like I said, I'm not gonna be like I'm out here struggling, grinding in a factory. There's a lot of people who are, and I feel for you. And my sympathies are 100% with those people over any fucking rich asshole. I hate the fucking rich. But yeah, man, I just want things to get better because I want to live in a country that's healthy, mentally, economically, socially, and you can't have that if people don't have fucking healthcare as a basic right. That's a human right. Every other developed country in this world has healthcare guaranteed as a human right, except us in some form or another, single payer or hybrid system, what have you. But man, this it can't continue like this because people, it's not gonna stop. Like once again, not a threat, not a threat. I don't do threats. I know the First Amendment. I read the Constitution, Bill of Rights, all that. But man, it's not just gonna like be just an isolated event. Like as people's lives get worse, they're gonna look for ways outside of the system to affect change. And I don't advocate it. I don't want to see anybody get killed. But you have to treat people like human beings. So we understand we're human beings who have value, and you only get one life to live at the end of the day. And that's what we're supposed to be treated like people. Like housing is a human right, healthcare is a human right. Like just basic things like that. And they still try to fight against it and privatize everything in this country. It's gonna be their downfall, unfortunately. So I just can't see the least changing. Like I want to believe they could change, but they let it get this bad. Like why would they? I just think they're so insulated and in their bowl, they probably just don't even understand at this point how bad it really is. Thanks for watching.